Hey, Seth Harris from Harris Home Improving coming at you on April 20th here over at this project in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. Let me show you what we're doing today. I want to show you this today. I got these 3 stringers or jacks, whatever you want to call them, all set, right? Now, you noticed how, like, this guy's actually really good. That was a really nice straight piece of lumber there. But then this one and this one especially are kind of warped and warbly, right? So I just want to show you how to take care of a problem like that. Like, obviously, when you're going to do a long staircase like this, you're not going to be able to get every single piece of wood perfectly straight from the lumber yard. You know, pine, especially pressure treated pine, has a tendency to warp and warble in strange ways. That's just what it does, right? So there's ways and methods to get them to straighten out as you continue to do your work. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's a little system called blocking. All right, now it's pretty simple. Basically, the measurement up at the top here needs to be the same measurement all the way down, right? So you just take your measurement at the top, right? And you create blocks to go between these spaces, right? Every now and then, all the way down. And that keeps everything the same exact width all the way down, right? Then you just got to make sure that the landing is where you want it, so that the staircase is going straight in the direction that you want it to be. Now, when installing your blocks, right, see how far down my nail is here from the top here? And it's got to be within this 1.5 inches that the block is going to be sitting at, right? And I want it right at the front. It doesn't have to be, but that's where I like to put them. But see, if I put the screw too high up here, it's going to split the wood here and break that tip off, right? So you want to make sure your screw is down far enough that it's not going to split the wood there. There. You see how those blocks straightened it out a bit? All right. You can see I got my kick plates on there now. It's holding that deck staircase a lot stronger than it was before. It ain't wobbling at all anymore. Oh yeah, by the way, here's something you can do if you can't or don't want to do the proper Simpson strong ties for these, right? Another thing you could do is add blocks, right? So you see I put a block right up at the top, right up against the ledger, so the block itself is screwed into the ledger, and then the stringers or jacks are screwed into the block, right? So everything's being secured to the ledger with these blocks, right? And well, these are also toenailed into it, so there's a lot holding it up in there, right? So, but these blocks, when you do that, it prevents you from having to use the Simpson strong ties in order to reach code, because this is also to code when you do blocks, just to let you know. This whole deck is way more solid than it used to be. This whole deck and porch used to be swaying back and forth as you would walk across it like this. Number one, because this deck wasn't built properly in the first place. Neither was the staircase. And number two, because of all the rot damage that happened as a result of that. But it's a lot better now. Anyways, that's it for my day today. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do the railing yet, and I don't even have enough time to fill my concrete in here. Oh, by the way, that's another thing. I'll never do this again. I'll never set my concrete posts before building my staircase. I'll dig the holes out maybe, nice big wide holes, because that'll be easier to do before you get these stringers in here. But I'm not going to set them again, right? If you remember from my videos on that part of this project, I was doing that because I was trying to speed things along a little bit and do things out of order. But that ended up backfiring. I mean, fortunately, they're still good enough, right? I'm not going to be, my posts aren't going to be centered on them is what's going to happen. They're just going to be more towards the insides of these posts, which isn't ideal. You want them to be centered on your post. That's the most structurally sound place to put it. But they're still in alignment with where I want my post to be here. You know, that's really what I was going for. But I'll never do this again just because I want it to be centered this way too. And the only way to do that is you got to know exactly where your stringer is going to land. And I was kind of doing this by guesswork a little bit. I mean, I did take measurements and I was kind of smart about it, but it was still kind of guesswork. So lesson learned, won't do that again. It's all right for this project. It's not all right for future projects. Anyways, that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow to finish up the railings and see what else I can do before I gotta catch my plane to Texas. All right, everybody, have a good night.